Hello and welcome to Multi Movie Monday. I'm your host, Ray Universe, and when I'm not going around pretending to be a puppet in some humanistic disguise, you would never know if I really was, now would you? Yes, you probably would. I'm here in my own little universe reviewing movies, and today is going to be Honorable Henson Day. Now, originally, I did feel like reviewing all three of these films, such as Dark Crystal, Labyrinth, and then the last film, which is a surprise. But then I wanted to make the puppet the stars, have it really be the puppets that are basically the driving focus of a Jim Henson movie. So I have nothing against Labyrinth. This one is mostly going to be Dark Crystal and Emmet Otter Jug Band Christmas. So I hope that nobody minds. Eventually I will review Labyrinth, maybe for like a musical montage day or something, but for right now, I'm gonna owe it to the Jim Henson puppets. I have nothing against Jennifer Connelly, and I have nothing against David Bowie. I'm just saying, okay? I'm hoping that that's cool with you guys until, later in the future. But for right now, we are going to review Dark Crystal, one of Jim Henson's first work and one of his best, if we're being truthful. Last time I saw this movie was when I was 10 years old, so ignore Labyrinth, we're just going to talk about Dark Crystal. So, let's travel into the fantasy world and talk about Dark Crystal. The Dark Crystal begins with some interior monologue talking to us about the Dark Crystal and the creatures that are watching over it called the Skeksis. When the crystal crashed years ago, the Skeksis and the Elder Mystics had been shattered into two forms thanks to the crystal shattering. What this means, I have no idea. This is where we meet our main character, Jen, played by Jim Henson himself, and he's a gelfling. Because why not? It's not long before an evil dark prophecy showed its face, and Jen is chosen to protect the world. Why? Because nobody else wanted the job. Jen's old master told him that he must go find the sacred shard, reconnect it to the dark crystal, and end the horrors upon the world. But the Skeksis, who want to remain immortal forever, hear about the disturbing news and decide that they should do something to stop this Gelfling from stopping them from being immortal once and for all. It's not long before Jen meets Agra, voiced by Frank Oz. Agra is kind of like a unique character in this movie that was introduced. She's ancient and wise and really understands the land and the layout of everything that she's been in, so she's pretty much kind of like the intelligent character, sort of like Jordan from Power Rangers. And Agra invites Jen in to take a look at her stuff, but not only just her stuff, but to try to find this crystal himself. He does so after remembering, oh yeah, the crystals like to hear music, so he plays some music for it and it starts glowing pink. Because why not? It's not long before the crab-like creatures start to invade Agra's place. Why? Because Jen is there and they are told to kill him at any cost necessary. Janet escapes, but he wondered what could have happened to Agra, especially since the place burned down and it didn't look like that she survived. Until he meets her. This gelfling is Crystal, and why is she in this movie? I guess because Jen needed a love interest in this movie, but she's not an annoying character, she's just unique. Also, gelflings apparently have a weird superpower, where if they touch each other's skin, they can see each other's memories. For whatever this is, I don't know, I'm just telling you what's going on here. But Crystal decided to bring Jen to her land, where these people are living, and if this kind of looked familiar, yeah, you're not the only one that's thinking that this came from, the Ewoks. And also, in case if you're thinking that I'm gonna bitch about Jen in this movie, I'm not. He is a great protagonist. This is a guy that's going through so much, even though he's probably only 16, and the weight of the world is on his shoulders. Not to mention, he knows people are gonna die, but he's doing this because he knows it's right. He knows it's his destiny, and he's gonna own up to it. Also, coincidence out of coincidences, they find out that Jen is actually the destined one, or the chosen one, to end the Skeksis war once and for all, and reunite them with the Dark Crystal. This is when they run into the outcast of this movie, Chamberlain. Chamberlain ran away from the Skeksis because he was outcasted, and he's gonna get his way back in from using you know who. Never mind that, though. You people want to be terrified, don't you? Oh, I know you do. Because take a look at what happened to the villagers that the Skeksis steal. They hook them up to this machine and then drink their essence. How? I'm glad you asked.
You have your fears, your thoughts, your vital essence. You're very lucky, slave. Only the Emperor can drink your essence. He's here. Close it, slave.
Yep, the Skeksis drink this to be they can become immortal, and you will forever now curse with seeing that in your nightmares. You're welcome. Meanwhile, at the ceremony, the Skeksis are intending to become immortals, but not for long, for long. They end up finding Crystal and Jen. Yeah, nobody could have really seen that coming. Huh, these two characters are healed. That's not a coincidence at all. But after accidentally dropping the dark crystal, or a shard of it, stupid fool, Crystal throws it to Jen, but only to be stabbed. Jen, however, succeeds, reuniting the crystal with the dark crystal. That just doesn't make any sense. And ends up saving the day as the Skeksis scream in horror as the hero survives. So, the Skeksis and the Mystics combine into, I don't know, the Morphing Masters from Power Rangers, and then they talk to Jen. They tell him that they can heal Crystal after what he did and that he saved the world, and that the world will forever be safe and prosper because Jen saved it. In case you couldn't put it together, yeah, The Dark Crystal is a pretty much great fantasy movie. While not being on par with like Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit, or Star Wars even, this film is still great for what it is. Yes, granted, it's not perfect and it still has its flaws, but Jim Henson put a lot of time and love into these movies, and I can see why they're respected even still to this day. Also, I'd just like to point out that this film is mostly nothing but puppets. If you have the time or you have the chance or the ability to see it, I highly recommend checking out Dark Crystal. You will not be disappointed. Well, Dark Crystal is an amazing, fantastic fantasy film, but that's not all that we're talking about today. We're also going to be talking about Emmet Otter's Jug Band Christmas, which probably not a lot of people have heard about. This is a short movie, about only like 40 minutes long or so, but it's still considered a Christmas classic to a lot of people, and especially that it has an introduction by the Frog himself, Kermit. No Waldorf or Statler, but whatever. Also, why am I talking about a Christmas film now? Almost like next week or something. Anyways, let's talk about Emmet Otter's Jug Band Christmas and see if we can have a good old-fashioned Christmas time. Our movie begins with America's favorite frog riding on a bicycle. Why is he riding on a bicycle? Don't ask questions. But anyway, Kermit accidentally crashes. This leads him into telling the story about Emmet Otter. Then suddenly, a car shows up with a grizzly bear, a turtle, a snake, and a rat. And they harass Kermit. Okay. Anyways, it's not long before we go down to Frog Hollow and see that it's a pretty unique little old town, nothing too fancy or shabby, and we meet Emmet Otter and his Ma Otter, thrashing away. And they're both singing a beautiful, beautiful duet, which is actually pretty charming for the film. Let's play some of it. Already, without telling us much, the movie gets across that Emmet and his mother does not have a lot of money, which is actually kind of charming and makes the character all more relatable to some people. Emmet soon met by a friend of his, I forget his name, who tells him about a singing contest that he thinks that Emmet should join. Why? So he can get money for his mother for Christmas. But it turns out Emmet's not the only one that heard of it, because Mrs. Otter is told the same thing by, I think, Mrs. Mole. So yeah, they both hear about it. So, while fixing a white picket fence, 'cause you know what happens. They end up talking about it and think that it will be a great idea to do, especially to earn some Christmas presents or some extra Christmas money. I also have to say this, I love the relationship between Emmett and his mother. You get the feeling that they love each other for what they are and respect each other for the things that they have, which is a nice touch for this movie. But in order to make that money, Emmett needs a watch, needs a jug or something. So he ends up putting a hole in the bathtub that he is told not to do. His mother's there too. His mother ends up selling Emmett tool chests in order for her to get a costume so she could sing at the talent show. So like mother, like son, I suppose. And similar to any talent show, you have some that are really talented and others that just I don't know where the frick that they got their talent from, but what the hell do I know? Anyway, Mother Otter is end up on the stage next, before Emmet, and she ends up singing herself a beautiful song, all by her lonesome. But of course, Emmet Jug Band goes on next. And surprisingly, they do also wow the audience just as much as Emmet's mother does, much to their surprise. Oh yeah, remember the guys that were harassing Kermit at the beginning of the movie? Well, they're back, and apparently they're a metal band. Alright, if you say so. So, yeah! Older Kermit here apparently tells him that I don't remember who won. I don't think it was Emmet or his mother, but everybody is sad about it nonetheless. Emmet really wanted to win and the money to give his mother something, and his mother really wanted to win because she wanted to own up Emmet a Christmas present, especially for getting rid of a tool chest. But Emmet's mother reminds him something. It's not about how much money that you spend on a gift. It matters where it comes from. And where it comes from is all that matters for Christmas. As a Christmas miracle, I guess, they all get a job singing at a restaurant. So, yeah, happy ever after, I suppose, and Merry Christmas. Emmet Otter Jug Band Christmas is a Christmas film not like many others. While it's not that long, it really does get across the message rather quickly, and by God, this is a Christmas classic. I can see how this would not be for everybody, but I would recommend giving it a shot. If you like Sesame Street or you like The Muppet, this is definitely right up your alley, and you would definitely love it as much as I did the first time watching it. Highly recommend that you watch it this upcoming December season, if you can track it down or if you can find it free to watch on TV.